from Abuja, where there was drama in Abuja as members of the Nigerian Labour Congress clashed with suspected thugs and armed policemen are the residents of the Minister of Labour, Dr. Ngige, and members of the organised labour led by its national president, Ayuba Wabba, said they went to picket the residents of the Labour minister but were repelled by suspected thugs loyal to the minister. The Labour movement decided to picket the minister over removal of Frank Kokoris' name as board chairman, Nigeria Social Insurance Trust Fund, that's the NSITF. And Wabba and the entire Labour executives have threatened to show down. They claim some of their members remain missing as a result of the clash, while several others were badly injured.
That muscle's not a single we can turn. We can break their haughty powers, gain our freedom when we learn. For the union, make us strong. Solidarity, solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong.
If a federal minister under a dispensation that understand the rudiment of the rule of law will then take laws into his hand because picketing is legal. Our labor laws allow workers to picket. Our labor laws allow us to exercise our rights to protest when policies are not there. And in this instance, we have protested when people continue to feast with our funds at the Social Insurance Trust Fund. We are not going to relent until the needful is actually done. Yes. And therefore, comrades, we are here. We are going to visit his office. Yes. Yes. We must tell him that the office does not belong to him. Yes. He is holding that office in public trust. Yes. He has no right to use or misuse that office to the benefit of himself. That office is a public office. And our political elites must realize that they are holding office in public trust. Any day that trust is broken, then certainly there is no democratic principle in place.
As we speak, 2 members of NUPEC are accounted for. 2 tanker drivers that drove the tankers there, as we speak, we cannot account for them. No. And if by 6 p.m. today, if we don't see our members, nationwide action will take place as from tomorrow. This evening, we cannot see our members. NUPE will declare a nationwide action as from tomorrow. In fact, by 12 midnight. That is, if we cannot see our members that have been hijacked by Dr. Ngige. And enough of impunity. He sent his talks to come and kill us. And as we speak, we can account for 2 of our members.
And still staying with that development, joining us now in our Lagos studio to take a look at the NLC protest in Abuja, we have with us Rahman Edobi, the chairman of Liberation Movement. Now, Rahman, we see this back and forth between the Labour Minister as well as Labour unions as well. And this has to do with the leadership of the Nigeria Social Insurance Trust Fund. And the name of Frank Kokoris comes up all the while, all through. Do you think the right thing has been done in this time, talking about due process and the engagement so far in communication?
Well, I think the Ministry of Labour, I want to say they erred a little bit because this matter has been on for about 2 years. So within 2 years, you should have nipped this matter in the bud. Allowing it to drag to this point, then it means that a lot of people will now begin to have interest. And allowing that to happen now, we can see the repercussion. Labour does not understand any other language than picket and strike in Nigeria. And that's what we find ourselves being into now. The ordinary man on the street of Nigeria tomorrow morning, if going by what they have just said now, you know, if they hold
the nationwide strike
to their words, then everybody begin to feel the impact.
That's if they don't release, if the ministers
do not release
alleged thugs does not release those 2 drivers.
Yeah, exactly. So what do we want? We want a responsive government that will always come alive to decision making quickly so that we don't get ourselves to this point. This is an issue of the presidency wants a particular individual, and at a point in time, the minister, by virtue of his position and the perception of NLC, do the Dr. Chris Ngige do not want him there. So it's been pushed away. The presidency has endorsed it. Now they are saying that it should be reinstalled in there. Of course, that's best known to them. They want to ensure that that right is being restored back to him. And another personality from them is being pushed forward. But the case now is that the matter is going out of hand. It's snowballing into something that is becoming a national issue.
Now, this also raises the question. Some have also argued that this time around, Labour is just shooting at the wrong target. Instead, all of these protests and messages should be sent to the president, because initially, upon inauguration of the board, it was the vice president that saw this appointment, and now just last month we have the president giving his backing to a replacement to Frank Kokoris.
See, those are the questions when you handle sensitive.
So are you expecting a response from the president?
I mean, naturally, before the day runs out entirely today, I expect that the presidency should raise a statement addressing the NLC. Because that's the way a responsible government should behave. Otherwise, we do not want a breakdown of law and order by NLC in creating crisis or creating a menace on the street of Lagos or any part of Nigeria tomorrow. Because this issue is an issue that can be dialogued on the table and resolved. And if the minister has allowed this matter to drag onto the street of Nigeria, then it calls to question how has it been managing the affairs of the NLC and the likes over the period of time.
And Dr. Chris Ngige says that his insistence on not having Kokoris as well is to prevent the corruption that would stifle this the NSITF. And he's also said that Ayuba Wabba as well, that's the president of the Nigeria Labour Congress, is yet to explain to Nigerians. He's silent over the pillage of NSITF funds to the tune of 62 billion naira when Wabba took office as well as NLC president. So do you think we are having valid explanations for
valid explanation,
a replacement here?
The valid explanation for the replacement should have been done long before now. EFCC has been into this into an NSITF to carry out investigation. He has set up panel. This is a 2-year issue dragging on the table. If you are coming out with this statement now, what happened to you coming out with this same statement 6 months ago? That's my question.
Okay. And as we're wrapping up conversations now, he says he wouldn't be intimidated by blackmail, by hooliganism, or all of this protest, and he's not going to shift his ground as it may be. But one of the languages as used here is that while performing his duties, he wouldn't be moved as directed by the president of rogue unionism. Now, what do you also say to all of our government actors as well? Both government actors and the government as well, to be careful with the use of language.
I see that the ethics in play here has gone overboard by everybody, because a minister who is holding a public trust, a public office, should be watchful of the kind of utterances and comments that he passes on. Even if it's the aide that has written that and given it to him to sanction, he should recall such statement, because you cannot be a leader, a minister, and at the same time the representative of the federal government, and be passing a statement on to the people who look up to you as a leader to guide them to the right path. Because he would live in a glass house, must not throw stones.
Thank you very much.